Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome him with a big round of applause.
Also, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the GGI staff for planning this very meaningful event.
Please welcome her with a warm round of applause.
Despite their specific economic and social circumstances and development pathways, countries invited here today share many common challenges. And
Please welcome her with a big hand.
The time is of essence, and the work has to start now to deliver all those promises. As Director General and Jenny Kim also indicated.
Yes, and now, ladies and gentlemen, our invited guests, please come up onto the stage to join us for a group photo. Thank you very much. Please follow our staff. Thank you.
A very good morning to you all, colleagues. I see quite a few very familiar faces, very well known to the issues of climate change.
Thank you, Dr. Majid. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jung-un Lee from Green Climate Policy of Minister of Economy and Finance of Korea. According to the report, climate finance flows between 2013 and 2014.
Why people should go for that. It's an education process that starts from the green schools, not just at the university level. But the policymakers, as I said, should lead by example. You can make it for innovation. How many universities are really pushing and inducing innovations?
Chair, and good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invitation. I'd like to start my remarks with headlines. You know, very often we focus on this idea of headlines.
And good morning, everybody. Good morning, Director General. Very honored to be here this morning with you. As a first remark, I would like to share a little bit on GGI experience in the development of climate change project. I have personally been involved in climate change financing since 2006, first in China and then in Africa and Middle East. Developing countries are able to manage and get knowledge about how to finance this type of infrastructure projects.
Sorry for long, the curriculum vitae. I'm just simply, I'm a climate financing expert for the last 20 years, and totally from private sector's perspective. So.
And also to our moderator, thank you very much. Moderator as well as panelists, thank you.
In the first part, I will talk about how to identify and originate projects in climate change. There is not a single way to identify projects, so I will focus on one approach that has been very successful. It's called the design of a national Green Growth Action Plan, more and more reserved for least developed countries. That's why we are trying to move to a model where we help countries in coming up with business model that allow for return on investment. And that's why we are focusing on climate change technologies that are reaching maturity and that are able to generate revenues for the investor. So I'm thinking of electric mobility, I'm thinking of solar energy, hydropower energy. These are the type of climate change investment in which that you can be sure that if you are looking for product, if you are looking for this product, it will be easy to get to access to loans, and then it will be more and more difficult to access to grant. On the other hand, if you are developing a adaptation type of project, then
Thank you. And also for the speakers as well as moderator, I'd like to invite them up to the stage. Please greet them with a big round of applause.
We have Mr. Andre Chicherin, Senior Specialist from the Green Climate Fund. So over to you.
My name is Andre Chicherin. I'm a Senior Project Finance Specialist from the private sector facility of the Green Climate Fund. I will make my presentation with an overview of Green Climate Fund activities and its role in catalyzing private investment in the mitigation and adaptation projects. Our website, where you can find additional information, and I and my colleagues who are from Green Climate Fund here today are happy to answer your questions in connection with the preparation or presentation of the funding proposals, and we'll be happy to stay in touch to facilitate their development. Thank you.
My name is Suwon Lee from KDB. I'm working in KDB as a project manager in climate finance, including GCF projects. Today, I will present business opportunity and challenges in climate change projects, especially in developing countries.
다 말씀드린 것이 요약이긴 하지만 KDB에 뭐 어떤 점이 장점이 있냐라고 하면 서두에도 말씀드린 바와 같이 KDB가 가지고 있는 풍부한 경험과 노하우일 것 같은데요. 여러 가지 다양한 사업을 수행해오면서 KDB가 가지고 있는 노하우를 함께 갈 수 있다라는 부분이 있을 것 같고요. 그리고 국내 기업에게는 그래도 좀 편안하게 접근성이 용이하게 함께 갈 수 있는 금융기관이지 않을까라고 생각이 됩니다. 네, 이것으로 발표를 마치도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Thank you very much for the introduction. My name is Jae Seok-jung from K-Sure, Korea Trade Insurance Corporation. I think in the morning session there was many mentioning from other speakers that private sector's role in filling the funding gap in this field is really important. And I think it is our main role to provide a cover for the private sector's commercial bank in order to induce them to invest in private sector's renewable project. So let's move on to the next page. And here I want to talk about the second bullet point. If you want
so there are several levels in addition compared to MDB case. So it would be more difficult to monitor and verify whether funds are well soundly managed. I want to know.
They undergo rigorous accreditation process, which takes sometimes many months of careful review of internal systems and their capability to deliver along these lines of measurement, reporting, and verification, including the monetary control. Therefore, we are quite comfortable because after this rigorous process, only the most appropriate accredited entities with the right mechanisms and control in place are becoming accredited and have entitlement for disbursements of our funds.
We will start session 4. As I mentioned before, session 4's title is Climate Change Projects. And
so please be patient with us. I'll do our best not to exceed the hour, and I will do my best to limit my speaking time.
I'm Anuruddha Tennakon, working as Assistant Director of the Ministry of Mahawali Development and Environment, which is the climate change subject is coming under the purview of that ministry, especially because the Climate Change Secretariat has been established under the Ministry of Mahawali Development and Environment. So when we are coming to direct to the point, some small contracts for them. So that's the way we can combine this local level contribution and the donor level contribution in the success of the project.
Thank you.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Jo San-nai, the Director of Policy and Legal Division, and I'm also in charge of Climate Change Division and Planning, GIS, and Allocation in our environment sector. So now we presented to the Financial Commission for more allocate the coming next fiscal year.
So I believe that since we will grow big later on, then the government can no longer fund for additional if it's just 1 billion a year. So I think we need bigger funds for when we are scaling up.
My minister assignment to me particularly, and in this regard, I want to share 3 things in the moment. The first is the role of Minister of Finance in the climate financing. The second is the function of the NDA, because our agency, Fiscal Policy Agency, was appointed by our minister to be the NDA of GCF. And the last thing, I would like to share the challenges that we face during the interaction.
In terms of risk management, even my company has experienced the difficulties of continuing the IPP projects.
The climate change master plan, so we have some activities to set, for example, so.
Thank you very much. Without further ado, I would like to introduce our first presenter, Dr. Dong-eun Park, Senior Researcher at Green Technology Center.
먼저 잘 아시는 것처럼 2015년 12월에 파리 협정이 체결이 되었고요. 아마 올해 그 말에 폴란드에서 COP24에서 그에 따른 어떤 그 국제 협력에 대한 구체적인 그런 프로젝트 수행의 룰북이 결정이 될 예정입니다. 앞으로도 이 부분에 대해서 함께 협력할 수 있는 그런 기회가 생겼으면 좋겠습니다. 감사합니다.
제가 설명해 드릴 내용은 2가지입니다. 하나는 한국수자원공사 K워터에 대한 개괄적인 내용부를 전달해 드리고요. 그 다음에 2번째는 수자원공사 K워터와 GCF가 참여하는 솔로몬 티나 하이드로 파워에 대해서 솔로몬 티나 수력 개발 사업에 대한 내용을 함께 공유하고 싶습니다.
저희 공단은 에너지 이용 합리화법에 따라 1980년에 설립되었습니다. 에너지 이용 합리화법은 그 1970년대 오일 쇼크 때문에 이전까지만 해도 석유 수급에 대한 문제에 대해서 전혀 인식을 못하다가 이제 처음으로 이제 디맨드 사이드에서 에너지를 관리해야 된다는 처음으로 그런 생각이 바뀌었고 1980년도에 에너지 이용 합리화법이라는 게 제정됐습니다.
Most of the dam project cases in the Korea cases usually we are reserve methodology, but the World Bank or the MDB they would like to learn of the methodology. So in your project cases in the Solomon, how about the status for the dam methodology? That is my question first. And my second question is to Mr. Gu Jung-mo, so the Korea Energy Agency. Because of micro energy is really difficult for the bankability. In the on some of the project will be the bankable, but in the perspective for the Korea Energy Agency, how many household, how many the kilowatt or the population will be maintained for the bankable the project? That is my second question. Thank you.
Introduce some specialized some company like some K-Water, because we have has lots of operation for the solvable type like this one. So that's why, yeah.
베트남의
알라이제이션, 이 카본 디덕션에 대한 경험이 있으신데 거기에 대한 설명을 추가로 좀 부탁드리고 싶습니다.
그러니까 이 기술을 이용해서 그 첫 번째로는 그 일반적인 폐지에다가 이런 카본 캡처 기술을 활용을 해서 이 폐지를 재활용하는 그런 카본 미네랄리제이션 프로젝트가 되겠고요. 아직까지 조금 초기 단계여서 아까 제가 발표를 하면서는 조금 스킵을 했는데 나중에 조금 더 구체적으로 이 프로젝트가 진행이 되면 제가 그때 다음에 발표할 기회가 있으면 조금 더 구체적으로 발표를 드리도록 하겠습니다.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming him with a big round of applause.
I see quite a few faces all eager to listen to what I have to conclude. We went through a number of very interesting sessions. I'm just going to capture a number of highlights of the day, although there were so many, but in order to avoid overburdening you in this very late minutes in the afternoon of the first day of our seminar, I'll be just touching upon the ones that I feel are of highest issues that could actually stimulate minds, and minds can turn later into ideas, and ideas can later turn into actions. I thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you once again for your avid participation. And I wish you another fruitful discussion during the remaining days. Thank you once again and have a great evening. Thank you.